Here we have AP calculus AB problem. Okay, let's go to the question. Find y double prime if y equals to 1/4 times a tangent of negative 10x negative 4. So y double prime means we have to find the second order derivative of this y with respect to x. So because y is a function of x, so we have to find the derivative of y with respect to x. Okay, now let me find the first derivative of y, then it will become y prime. So here 1/4 is a constant, it is multiplied by this stuff. Actually this is a variable part because it contains a variable x. When I find derivative, there is a constant multiplied by the variable. I have to keep the constant as it is and I have to find the derivative of the variable alone. So when I find the derivative of this tan, what do I get? So for that, let me write the stuff over here. So the derivative of tangent x is equals to secant square x. So here to get the derivative of this tangent of negative 10x negative 4, I have to write secant square of negative 10x negative 4. So far I got derivative only for the tangent. By chain rule, I have to do further derivative for this negative 10x negative 4. So here, why don't I use chain rule over here? So even in this one, chain rule is there because when I find derivative of this tan, I'm just writing secant square and secant square x. When by chain rule, if I get derivative for this x with respect to x, it will become 1. So secant square x times 1 is still secant square x. But here I got the derivative of tangent, I got secant square for the same stuff over here. By chain rule, now I'm going to get derivative of this negative 10x negative 4. So here in this negative 10x, the variable x is multiplied by the constant negative 10. So when I find derivative of this stuff, I have to keep negative 10 as it is. When I find derivative of this x with respect to x, it will just become 1. So negative 10 times 1 will become negative 10. And the derivative of this constant is 0. Okay, now y prime equals to, so here negative 10 is multiplied, we can multiply this negative 10 and the 1 over here, then I'm getting 1 times negative 10 is negative 10 over 4, and this secant square of negative 10x negative 4 can be written as secant of negative 10x negative 4 the whole square. And also here we can simplify this 10 over 4. We have the greatest common divisor 2 for both numerator, for both denominator and numerator. That is 2 goes into 4 2 times and 2 goes into 10 5 times. Then I'm getting y prime equals to negative 5 over 2 times secant for negative 10x and negative 4 the whole square. Okay, now let's find the second derivative of this one. Again, it's a constant multiplied by the variable part. So when I find derivative of this stuff, I have to keep the constant as it is. Okay, on the left side, when I find derivative again, this y prime will become y double prime. So I have to keep the constant negative 5 over 2 as it is. Okay, now to get derivative for this one, what I have to do is I have to use the power rule of derivative because here we have exponent 2. So power rule means I have to bring this exponent 2 in front of the variable and subtract 1 from the exponent. When I do so, I am getting 2 times secant of negative 10x negative 4 whole to the power of 2 negative 1. So 2 negative 1 is just 1, and whenever the exponent is 1, we don't mention, simply we leave it. Okay, now so far I got derivative only for the exponent 2 over here. By chain rule, I have to get derivative for the base, that is secant of negative 10x negative 4. First, let me write the derivative rule for secant x, that is the derivative of secant x equals to secant x times tangent x. Okay, here using the rule, what I've written over here, let me get the derivative of the base by chain rule. So then I'm getting secant of negative 10x and negative 4 times tangent of negative 10x negative 4. Again, so far I have completed derivative for the base secant. Again, by chain rule, I have to find derivative of this negative 10x negative 4. Okay, when I find derivative of this negative 10x negative 4, so this negative 10x will become just negative 10 because negative 10, it's a constant, we'll keep this constant as it is. When I find the derivative of this variable x with respect to x, it will just become 1. Negative 10 times 1 is negative 10, and this negative 4, it's a constant. When I find derivative, it will become 0. So here times negative 10. Okay, now this 2 will cancel out and we get y double prime equals to, so here there is a constant multiplied. This constant can be multiplied by this negative 5. So when I multiply this negative 5 and negative 10, I am getting 50. And here we can multiply this secant of negative 10x negative 4 and this secant of negative 10x negative 4. So when I multiply these two terms, I am getting secant square of negative 10x negative 4 times tangent of negative 10x negative 4. Okay, now I got y double prime for the given function.